Happy Friday, everyone. Hey, business coaches. This live is going to be for business coaches. I want to share the simplest referral system I know for business coaches. It's going to be very simple. I have more advanced strategies, but it takes about an hour to set up. Once it's running, it generates a pretty steady stream of, warm introductions with, or should I say through, or from your happiest clients, right? So your happiest coaching clients would love to introduce you to the people in your network who need what you do. Most of them never do it because nobody ever told them how, specifically you, right? So here's the simplest referral system you can build today that consistently turns great client relationships into new client introductions. All right, so let me grab some of my notes here. I've been doing this well over 26 years now, coaching, hundreds of business coaches, hundreds of business owners, probably into the thousands now. In referrals are the number one source, especially for new coaches, okay, of new clients, but also for more experienced coaches. If you do this right, you'll never have to look for clients because, as a business coach, business consultant, you probably can't personally handle more than 15 or 20 clients, and that's a lot. Like 10 is comfortable when you get really good, 10 one-on-one clients, and then you can add things like group coaching and things like that. But the coaches, and you can implement this in your group coaching. You can actually implement this in your do-it-yourself program. I have one of those. I also have group coaching. I have all those different offers, and you can offer these in those as well. Okay, or this system, I should say. So I've been coaching, like I said, over 26 years. But the coaches who get consistent referrals are not the ones, okay, whose clients love them. They're the ones that have made it easy and natural for those clients to actually refer, right? So obviously your clients, you want them to love you, right? And that's great. But it's not just because they love you that they're going to refer you. It just doesn't work out that way, unfortunately. Okay, people are people, and they're not walking around thinking about you and your coaching business all day. Right? So today I'm going to give you the exact system to do that. So first, let me explain why satisfied clients don't automatically refer you, even when they love working with you and they love speaking with you. Okay, it's not because they don't want to help you. Most happy clients generally want to see you succeed and would be glad to introduce you to people they know. The reason they don't refer you consistently is simple. It's simpler than that. Okay, they never know exactly when to bring that up in a conversation, right? They're not sure what to say, when that comes up, right? And they don't have a simple, easy action to take, right? So think about it from their perspective. You're a coach, your client likes you and respects your work, right? But in their day-to-day life, they're not walking around thinking about sending you business. They're just not, right? They're not worried about you and your business. They're focused on themselves. We're there to help them, support them. They're not our employees or something, right? So, then one day, a friend, they're in a conversation, their friend or somebody they meet, mentions that their coaching practice is struggling, right? So they're, talking to another coach or whatever, and the coach is like, well, I'm struggling. I'm having a hard time getting clients. I'm having a hard time converting clients. I'm having a hard time keeping clients, something like that. That's the three. To thrive, I call it, that most coaches struggle with. That's what I help coaches do, right? Get clients, keep clients. So your client does think of you when they say that, okay? But in the moment, they're not sure what to say, right? Like, they're thinking, are they taking new clients? What do they charge? What should they tell their friend, right? So because they're not sure, they often say something vague, like, you should check out my coach, right? It's a passive kind of thing. And their friend says, sure, it never follows up, right? Like, oh, you should check out my coach. They're phenomenal. She's great. He's great. Okay, blah, blah, blah. And the conversation continues and they forget 5 minutes later. Okay? So they just never follow up. They never get the info, or if they do, they forget all about it. Okay? So a referral system solves this by giving your client a specific moment to ask, specific language to use, and a simple, easy action to take. Okay? So here is the three-part referral system that any coach can build and implement this week. So part one is the referral request moment. Okay, the best time to ask a client for a referral is when they have just had a significant win inside your coaching, right? So this might be when, maybe they land their first high-ticket client, when they hit a new monthly revenue record, or when they successfully implement a framework you taught them, right? So right at that moment, when the client is genuinely excited, right? You can feel it, you can sense it, or they say it, right? About what they've achieved, say something like, I'm so happy that XYZ, whatever the result is. I'm so happy about this result, right? It is exactly what we've been working toward, right? And they're like, yes, great. Can I ask you something? Sure. Is there anyone in your network who is in a similar situation to where you were, however long it took them to get it? So 3 months ago, 2 months ago, 6 months ago, a year ago. Someone who would benefit from this kind of support. Then wait. Let them think. Often they'll name someone immediately. Part two is the introduction template. Okay? So once they name someone, give them a simple template they can use to make the introduction. All right. Now that could be possibly, I wouldn't recommend this, but typically some type of outline to follow or script to follow. So through voice is best. Even if it's a text or Facebook message they send, it would be a voice, right? Or call them in the old days, or even now call them, make the introduction. Or it could be email template. So something like, hi Mary, or hi Jim, whatever their friend's name is, right? I've been working with a business coach named Curtis, who has been incredibly helpful for my practice. Now, what I would do is I would make that specific, right? So this is the template, but I would make it more specific. It'd be the next level. Who has been incredibly helpful and helping me XYZ in my business, right? So I think you two should connect. Curtis specifically works with coaches who describe the problem that they help you solve, right? So, Curtis specifically works with coaches who consistently struggle to keep their clients more than 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, something like that. Or Curtis specifically works with coaches who have a hard time generating leads. Or Curtis specifically works with coaches who have a hard time converting their leads to high-paying clients. Whatever the problem is, right? I think it'd be worth, another one I just thought of, they just can't get past that 10K a month or 5K a month or whatever they're at. So I think it would be worth a 20-minute call or 15-minute call or whatever, right? Want me to make an introduction? Question mark. Okay? Real simple. Okay? Now, when you give the client the exact words you want them to use, referrals, now obviously that's the template that I just went over. Okay? Adjust it for what you do and get it more clear and specific is more helpful. Okay? But referrals become much easier for them to make when they have the exact words to use. So they don't have to think about what to say. They just kind of copy and paste, right? Whether that's physically copy and paste or mentally copy and paste, okay? It's mentally in their mind because you've walked them through it, the template of what to say, all right? Part three is the follow-up and acknowledgement. This is the most important thing to get consistent leads, ongoing, and to pretty much never have to worry about clients again. So when a client makes a referral, acknowledge it immediately and genuinely. Not just a quick thanks or appreciate the referral, blah, 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 okay? a real acknowledgement that shows that you noticed and appreciated it. Okay? And when a referral becomes a paying client, sorry, my phone is vibrating behind me. Oh, it is. I was like, that's really right in my ear. It really was. So when a referral becomes a paying client, do something. Do something meaningful, all right, to thank the person who made the introduction. So it could be a handwritten card, a small gift or a gift card to their favorite thing. If they're a golfer, you know, Golf Galaxy or whatever, I don't know, right? Whatever you want to send them, right? It doesn't have to be crazy, but something personal, all right? Something that shows genuine appreciation and makes them feel good about having referred. Because there a lot of times people refer people and they're worried, believe it or not, right? They're worried like, oh gosh, I know I got a good result. I hope they get a good result. Gosh, I hope they don't, upset them, or I hope they get along. I hope they get this, these kinds of things go on in people's heads, right? People are crazy. We're all crazy. So when people feel good about making that referral, it's just like a purchase almost, right? Like referring someone, all right? But when you make them feel good about the referral, they make more referrals. What a concept, right? So when referrals are acknowledged enthusiastically, your relationship deepens now with your client. Pretty awesome, right? So I have 3 ways to help you build and use this referral system in your coaching business right now. All right. So first, I have an upcoming free workshop. I haven't set the date yet, but it'll be in the next 2 to 3 weeks. Okay. On building to 20K plus per month. Okay. In your coaching practice, and it includes a complete session on referral systems with the exact scripts and timing. Okay, so comment workshop or DM me workshop, and we'll send you the link. Second, if you want to work through your referral system with me personally, comment session or DM me session to schedule a hit your 20K plus month strategy call. And we'll look specifically at your current situation, where you're getting clients, where you're not getting clients, why you're not getting clients, or what you need to hit your 20K plus a month if you're not already there, okay? And we'll identify exactly what's going on for you to hit your goal. If you want my help, great, but if not, at least you'll have a very, very clear roadmap of what you need to do to get there, all right? Now, third, I have a book for business coaches that covers this referral system in full detail, along with everything else you need to build a thriving coaching practice. All right. So comment book or DM me book for that information. So comment workshop, session, or book right now. Your next client might be one conversation away. Remember we talked about conversations? I think that was yesterday. Okay. But your next client might be one conversation away from your current best client. Thanks, guys. Happy 4th of July. Hoorah to all my Marines. And we'll see you soon.